Hey, come here. A man time travels back to age 18, discovers his son is bullied by a classmate. Seeing the provocation, the bully hurls a ball at him, but Da-ing catches it mid-air. The bully demands the ball back. Da-ing fakes a throw, making the bully duck in panic. Humiliated, the bully steps forward to fight, but is stopped by a teacher. The bully leaves with empty threats. Da-ing grows angrier. He heads to a convenience store, only to find his daughter working there. You, how dare you? Why are you here? What? Shouldn't you be in class? The girl is bewildered. She asks who he is. The store manager intervenes. Da-ing claims to be her father. I'm her dad. The girl calls him crazy. Da-ing loses his cool, scolding her for disrespect. He tries to drag her home. She struggles fiercely. The manager threatens to call the police. Da-ing releases her, urging her to come home. At the door, his reflection stuns him. He freezes. He's regained his teenage appearance. Outside, he checks a car's window, staring in disbelief. The window rolls down. The driver questions him. Da-ing asks how old he looks. The driver speeds off. The store calls police. Da-ing leaves grudgingly. He visits friend Curly, who mistakes him for a burglar, knocking him out cold. As Curly raises a photo frame, he spots the resemblance. When Da-ing wakes, he explains his time travel. Curly asks his plans for this second chance. Thinking of his troubled kids, Da-ing asks Curly to pose as his dad, to re-enroll in school. Now posing as Curly's son, he returns to high school. In his daughter's class, when Shia sees Da-ing, she recalls yesterday's incident. You mean it? Shia, watch your tone. During class, his wife calls about divorce. He stands to answer, but the teacher stops him. He excuses himself for the restroom. His wife demands divorce papers. He claims to be traveling, and hangs up. In the restroom, he hears someone trapped, and unlocks the stall, finding his son inside. He demands the bully's name, but Shiyu doesn't recognize him. Who did this? Shiyu warns him not to tell anyone, to avoid bully's revenge. Da-ing follows worriedly, seeking answers from Shiyu, but Shia intercepts him. Shia confronts him on rooftop, with friends for backup. She tells him to stay away. Da-ing stands firm. He reveals Shiyu's bullying, asks why she didn't tell their father. She calls him delusional, and storms off, and even makes a gesture. Da-ing is shocked. Is this his sweet daughter? After class, learning the truth, Shia confronts bully Guzicheng. Hey, Guzicheng. But Da-ing gets there first. Let's settle this. 5. Quick. News of their fight spreads campus-wide. Shia rushed to the court upon hearing the news. Tension spiked between the two groups. Their clash would be settled through basketball. Gu Zicheng vowed that if he won, he'd stop bullying Shiyu forever. But if Da-ing lost, he'd take 10 physical strikes. As basketball team captain, Gu felt confident, unaware he'd challenged a former pro basketball prospect. Da-ing, rejuvenated to age 18, Da-ing regained his prime athletic form, but poor coordination with Shiyu cost them 4 straight points, 6 shots remaining out of 10. Even Shia watched anxiously, seeing his son's fading resolve. Da-ing took charge to break the deadlock. When the ball reached Da-ing again, he faked out defenders with a smooth spin layup. Cheers erupted from female spectators. Gu seethed at the shifted attention. Da-ing's jump shot three-pointer tied the game. The ex-pro effortlessly took the lead. As his son regained confidence, their teamwork improved dramatically. Gu burned with frustration watching this. Encouraged, Shiyu mounted a comeback. Their perfect play scored the final basket, securing their victory. A decade earlier, Da-ing dreamed of basketball glory, and met his future wife in school. An unexpected pregnancy forced him to abandon basketball, and work tirelessly to provide. Despite his diligence, promotions went to a less deserving colleague. With family connections. Furious, Da-ing confronted his boss, only to be transferred to a remote rural branch. He assaulted his supervisor. Work consumed him, neglecting his children's lives. A growing rift emerged. Family meals became battlegrounds. Stress manifested in thunderous snoring, keeping his wife awake nights. Watching him sleep, she made a radical choice. This act shattered their marriage. Crushed by life's pressures, Da-ing visited the gymnasium, staring at past basketball trophies. Lost in thought, he approached the court, gazing at his former stage. Regret burned in his eyes. He grabbed a basketball and executed textbook jump shot. The ball arced gracefully. Suddenly, lightning split the sky, transporting him back to age 18. Humiliated, Gu Zicheng took anger out on Shia. Da-ing moved to intervene. When Su Zhihao knocked Gu down, Su, Shia's secret admirer, Gu rose to retaliate. but was kicked across the hall. They brawled violently, until Sue was floored. Gu snapped a mop handle, and raised the wooden stake. Dang caught his arm. Gu struggled fiercely, but couldn't break free. Sue suddenly charged, tackling Gu into the corridor. Teachers arrived to separate them. Both received stern lecturing. Leaving the office, Gu encountered Xia, who punched him without warning. Departing, she warned, "Never bully Xiu again." The blow struck Gu's conscience. These troublesome kids were giving Dang a headache. Frustrated, he went to the corner to light a cigarette, but found his daughter Xia smoking there too. He shouted angrily in surprise. Xia got startled by the sudden noise. She thought it was the teacher. Dang scolded her for picking up bad habits. Xia told him to mind his own business. Just then, Xia noticed something. She immediately turned and ran away. The teacher appeared suddenly, smacking Dang on the head. Dang turned around and recognized his high school classmate. The teacher found him familiar too, but couldn't recall his identity. The teacher demanded other culprits' names, promising leniency for cooperation. Dang immediately ratted out Xia, urging strict discipline for her. But when the teacher kept hitting her, Dang couldn't bear to watch. He grabbed the teacher's arm, insisting verbal reprimand suffices. The teacher agreed surprisingly, then demanded parental meeting. Dang froze seeing his wife Duozhen. He quickly turned away, afraid she'd recognize him. The teacher interrogated Xia. Xia confessed stealing from mom. Dang exploded hearing this, berating both for smoking habits. Duozhen stared in disbelief, slowly approaching Dang, backing him into a corner. She started pinching his face. The teacher intervened quickly, warning about school decorum. Duozhen whispered to Xia, "He looks just like your dad." As the truth nearly surfaced, Curly arrived just in time, claiming Dang was his son. Duozhen remained suspicious. Why this boy resembles young Dang? The teacher dismissed them to class. They left reluctantly. Duozhen agonized over divorce plans. Her friend invited her out. They met her high school admirer. He'd secretly loved Duozhen, offered her a ride home. Before she could decline, he rushed to get his car. Exiting the store, noticing Duozhen's distress, her friend suggested a blindfold walk. Count to 10 then open eyes. Date the first man you see. Peer pressured into trying. Duozhen embarked on the challenge. Passers-by stared curiously at her peculiar behavior. Suddenly, her friend got a phone call, and abruptly left. Duozhen continued walking blindly. Her chaotic life flashed before her. Workplace stress, family discontent, rebellious children haunting her. Dark thoughts began surfacing. But then, a speeding car approached. At the critical moment, a boy pulled her to safety. Duozhen gazed at her rescuer, remembering meeting young Dang. Unbeknownst to her, this was time-traveling Dang. Dang warned about safety, but then, as he leaned in closer, Duozhen didn't retreat. He sniffed her alcoholic breath, leaving her mortified. "You've been drinking." Then, her friend returned, shocked to see Duozhen with a teen. The PE teacher arrived, offering Duozhen a ride home. Dang begged to join them. The teacher reluctantly agreed. The friend became fascinated, recognizing his looks familiar with her unrequited teenage love. Dang grew nervous, fearing exposure. After the ride, Dang exited with Duozhen. Attempting to leave, she stopped him. "Quit drinking. Aren't you aiming to be a basketball?" Uncle Dang used to be the main player. Do you know how he did it? Practicing till you drop is essential. No smoking or drinking. Ever. Hearing his wife's words, Dang felt a storm of emotions. Her concern became the push that reignited his forgotten dream. He set his alarm, drilled basketball fundamentals, and started morning runs. He's determined to fulfill his unfinished dream. Meanwhile, Duozhen couldn't shake Dang's image from her mind. Suddenly, she remembered something, rushed home to find an old photo album, grabbed her husband's teenage photo. Confronted at Curly's home, "Is he Hong Dang?" Dang froze in panic. Was his secret exposed? Duozhen didn't recognize him. She thought he was Dang's secret son. Compared his face to young Dang's photo. Curly blurted out, "His mom looks like Hong Dang." Duozhen wasn't buying it. Pulled out her phone to call Dang. The phone in Dang's pocket rang. His cover nearly blown. Curly yelled, "You'll be late for school." Dang escaped the scene. Answered the phone outside. "Is Gao Yuying your son?" "He's Curly's son," Dang lied. Duozhen saw through the lie. His silence confirmed her suspicion. A shocking idea struck her. Is Yuying these two men's son? At school, his daughter Xia collapsed. He rushed her to the hospital. Duozhen raced to the hospital too. Doctors said Xia would be fine. watching his unconscious daughter. A memory surfaced, young Xia's injury. When he'd carried her to the hospital, her tiny arms around his neck. Guilt overwhelmed him seeing her tears. Now she'd grown so much. He instinctively patted her head. Xia suddenly woke up, slapping his hand away. What are you doing? She didn't realize. This man was her father. Xia sat up. Why were you touching my hair? You fainted. I carried you here. Memories flooded back. You should have left after helping. Keep your hands to yourself. Want to lose them? Dang chuckled bitterly. You this harsh with all men? Xia stared, completely baffled. Her friend heard that boy was here. Rushed to the hospital. Curly arrived playing Dad again. Duozhen thanked him. You saved my daughter. Your son's well raised, she told Curly. Let's arrange a marriage. With shocking proposal. Made them spit their drinks. Young Dang was a heartthrob. Basketball tricks, plus warm smiles, made girls swoon. His glance over the shoulder, started secret crushes. Friend Irene gave him handmade paper cranes, a love confession. As expected, he gently rejected her, focusing on basketball career. No time for romance. Returned her gift. Irene kept pursuing him, cheered at his games, rushed to the court one day, saw him playfully teaching a girl, patting her head. Irene's heart shattered. That spring, cherry blossoms fell. Dang saved Duozhen from an oncoming car. Their locked gaze and lingering touch made hearts race. Dang fell first. When new student arrived, he gasped. It was her. Fate intervened. They became desk mates. Duozhen recognized him, smiling warmly. Ying's face flushed crimson instantly. A new transfer student next door caught everyone's eyes. Boys rushed to the windows after class to glimpse Duozhen, the campus queen's beauty. Dang secretly watched from the crowd, the girl he'd been crushing on. When Duozhen warmly greeted him, Dang blushed and ran away. After school that day, rain suddenly poured down. Duozhen casually mentioned forgetting her umbrella. Boys materialized with umbrellas instantly, vying to walk Duozhen home. As Duozhen stood bewildered, Dang happened to pass by. Young Duozhen. Walk with me, okay. And so Dang won his crush's heart. Jealous Irene rallied her girl squad, confronting Duozhen aggressively, challenging her to a fight. Duozhen single-handedly took down all three. Next day, delinquents cornered Ian. Duozhen witnessed this while passing. Irene's friends fled in fear, but Duozhen charged forward smiling. She leaped and kicked down three bullies, grabbing Irene to escape. Their life and death bond forged true friendship. Irene decided to sacrifice her feelings, hiding her crush on Dang. At their reunion years later, Irene became a successful lawyer, eager to see heartthrob Dang again. The door swung open. The dashing basketball star they remembered, now stood before them changed. Girls gasped at the greasy middle-aged man. Their dreams shattered instantly. We thought it was Dang. Dang The room erupted in chaos. Irene's face twisted in disgust. Her youthful memories turned to ash. It's been too long, everyone. Let's eat. My memories have gone dark. But on a rainy night, Irene met her college crush again, squeezing under Dang's umbrella, wishing time would freeze forever. At the hospital, Duozhen approached reception. Nurse said fees were already paid. Duozhen received a message. Xia's gym teacher had paid the bill. Clutching her husband's resignation, Duozhen called Dang. He lied about being on business, unaware his resignation letter had reached Duozhen. Duozhen confronted him. Why aren't you worried about Xia? Why are you never here when needed? We don't need you anymore. After hanging up, Dang stormed out. He overheard Xia confiding in her boyfriend. My dad doesn't need us. Heartbroken, Dang left. Though he'd always been there, he kept getting misunderstood. Divorce deadline arrived next day. Dang didn't show. As the judge prepared to rule, 18-year-old Dang appeared. Would he reveal his secret? Duozhen saw him, thinking he was Curly's son. Dang produced a letter. Said Hong Dang sent it. Duozhen. You're too good for me. I never deserved you. Of all my life choices, this I'll regret most. Leave without regrets. When the letter hit the trash, it was blank. That's all Dang's silent confession. Next morning at school, students gossiped about Xia's parents. He saw bullies following his daughter. Dang grew anxious. Xia saw spilled trash, went for a new trash bag, but Gu Zicheng stood behind her. She thought he meant trouble. To her surprise, Gu spoke up to console her. Every family has their own struggles, he said. His own parents went through a divorce. He encouraged her not to lose heart. That night, Xia cried alone for hours. The school bully witnessed everything. After Xia left, the dean suddenly appeared, and demanded to know who made the mess. Gu Zicheng not only claimed responsibility, but helped clean up for Xia. Deng watched this from afar. It changed Deng's opinion of Gu Zicheng. After school that evening, Deng saw them following Shiyu discreetly. He quickly trailed behind. Shiyu went to shoot hoops alone. He recalled asking his son before, "Why quit basketball?" Shiyu claimed disinterest in the sport. Yet here he was practicing secretly. Deng pulled out his phone, and called Shiyu as his father. Shiyu was puzzled by the questions. Unaware his time-traveling father was secretly observing him, Deng wished his son would open up. "Be honest. I'll support your passions." But the stoic Shiyu chose silence. Deng resolved to use his new identity to reach his son's heart. From that day, the two basketball enthusiasts became fast friends. After discharge, Zhihao kept visiting Xia's store. Deng came to check on his daughter. He helped carry heavy boxes. Upset she handled such loads alone. He bought her a meal, and insisted she eat properly. "This is for you," he said. "Never skip meals," he reminded. Zhihao misinterpreted their interaction, thinking Deng liked Xia. Meanwhile, Duozhen got her big break. When the main anchor cancelled, last minute for a crucial interview, Duozhen stepped in. She rushed to prepare, only to learn there was no script. "This is vital," the director stressed. During the live broadcast, players celebrating victory tried to douse their captain, but the clumsy water tripped and spilled it all over Duozhen instead. Their son watched horrified at home. Duozhen saved the situation, becoming trending news overnight. Her job was secured. Deng celebrated her success with an embarrassing hallway dance. Students laughed at his antics. When Shiyu passed by, he hid behind a book in shame. Deng insisted on treating him. Later, Duozhen came to school to share her job news with their son. They embraced joyfully, until Deng crashed the moment. Confused, they stared blankly. Duozhen pushed him away, wondering who this weirdo was. Undeterred, he kept hovering. That night, Deng spotted his wife with the interviewed athlete. When Duozhen twisted her ankle, both men rushed to help. She cared more about her ruined heels. Jishuan offered hospital transport, making Deng seethe with jealousy. Green-eyed, he watched them leave. The doctor confirmed it was just a minor sprain. Deng tried fixing her shoes, and bought emergency slippers. Meanwhile, Jishuan bought her athletic shoes. Returning to the hospital, he saw Jishuan helping her dress. Deng returned the repaired heels, but kept the slippers hidden. When Irene visited Duozhen, her sandal broke suddenly. As she stumbled, Deng caught her dramatically. He gifted her the spare slippers, making Irene's heart flutter. Her crush deepened, as she grinned all day. The next day, Irene eagerly calls Duozhen to meet up. At their meeting, Irene immediately asks, "My 40-year-old friend fell for a high schooler. Can't stop thinking about him. Heart racing whenever he's near. That's insane. He's underage. That's just wrong." Duozhen's phone rings. As she steps out to answer, Irene shamefully buries her face in her hands. Deng enters the cafe looking for Curly. Hearing about Curly's breakup, Deng comforts him gently. Irene overhears Hong Deng. She confronts them directly. Both men jump to their feet. Deng blurts out Irene's name, but she never told him her name. Now Irene's certain it's him. Duozhen returns to the table. She says she needs to leave. Irene stops her urgently. "I need to tell you something." But she's too flustered to form proper words. Duozhen rushes off, telling Irene to explain later. After Duozhen leaves, Curly claims he was talking to Deng. Irene sees through the lie. She dials Deng's number. His phone lights up on the table. His identity is confirmed. Deng begs Irene to keep quiet, for the sake of their past romance. She reluctantly agrees. At school, Gu Zicheng tries to get closer to Xia. He deliberately arrives late, to watch her rush through the gates. The tough guy finds this adorable. Students beg the teacher for mercy. Gu Zicheng leisurely enjoys his punishment laps with Xia. "Need help with your bag?" Xia declines his offer. Zhihao suddenly grabs her backpack. Though not late, he joins her. In the punishment run, Gu Zicheng loses this round badly. He throws his bag to Zhihao, who drops it contemptuously. He hurries after Xia instead. Gu Zicheng's plan backfires completely. He shamefully retrieves his bag. After class, Xia heads to the snack bar. She forgets her pencil case on a chair. Zhihao moves to retrieve it, colliding with Gu Zicheng. They wrestle over the case. As their silent battle continues, Xia returns abruptly. She snatches back her case, ending their Cold War. School festival preparations begin. Xia volunteers for photo duty. Zhihao quickly joins her. Gu Zicheng tries to volunteer, but his friend stops him. "You're already helping basketball team. Dang fills the last spot. He takes the final position. Seeing them leave together, Gu Zicheng grows frustrated. He glares at his friend. In the music room, a falling box hits Xia's head. Jihao and Dang rush to help. Her forehead swells visibly. Dang's paternal instincts flare. Jealous Jihao hides his concern. Your hands are too dusty. Xia leaves with friends. Dang stops Jihao. You like Xia, right? None of your business. So it's definitely him. Good to know, but still. All men are wolves. Another wolf appears. Gu Zicheng confronts Dang. You like Xia? Of course. Romantically? Are you crazy? She's mine. Dang's paternal instincts surge. Gu trembles in fear. The school bully warns Dang to stay put. Keep this secret from the other students. He doesn't realize he's provoking his future father-in-law. Dang takes a deep breath to calm down. Xia works the night shift at the convenience store. Jihao finally gathers courage to confess his feelings, but Gu Zicheng unexpectedly intercepts him. He buys 2 drinks and checks out. There's a new coach for the basketball team. Is he decent? Are you worried about me now? Honestly, Gu Zicheng's completely misreading the situation. She is actually concerned about her basketball-playing brother Xiyu. Here, have this drink. Jihao can't take it anymore. He snatches the drink and gulps it down. Dang arrives at the store, catching both of them red-handed. He demands to know why they're not home. Your father asked me to check on you. What's this about? Let's talk while we walk. The rivals exchange uneasy glances. They eventually part ways awkwardly. Dang asks Xia if she likes Jihao or Gu Zicheng. Xia says she doesn't like either. Jihao's just her childhood friend. Gu Zicheng keeps bullying her brother. After they separate, Xia walks alone into an alley. She senses someone following her. Suddenly, a man in black approaches. Instinctively, she backs away and runs, but he quickly grabs her throat. Then, in a few swift moves, Xia flips him to the ground. The attacker never expected this delicate girl to fight back. Just then, the man slowly gets up. He pulls a knife from his waist. Seeing the blade, Xia grows nervous. She remembers her self-defense training. Her coach's words echo, run first. As the man advances, she retreats backward. Using her backpack as a shield, she triggers its emergency alarm. Seizing the distraction, she bolts. At the alley's corner, a boy rushes to her aid. They quickly subdue the attacker. It's Dang, who'd left earlier. They're all taken to the police station. Xia's mother Guozhen rushes over. Relieved her daughter's safe, she finally relaxes. Dang keeps insisting. If I hadn't arrived in time, it could have been disastrous. Scum like him belongs in jail. Police note there's no surveillance footage. We'll handle it after investigation. With no evidence, the man counter-accuses. I'm the real victim here. Xia's mother storms in, slapping him dizzy. She grabs and scolds him fiercely. Officers try to intervene. Then Xia's grandmother arrives. Panicking about her granddaughter, she joins the chaotic scuffle. You crazy women. Hearing insults toward the grandmother, Dang throws punches too. The situation spirals out of control. Even officers can't separate them. Meanwhile, police discover the attacker's a repeat offender. His bag contains stalker photos of Xia. Officers deliberately blocked security cameras with a broom handle. Leaving the station, the grandmother thanks Dang warmly. Dang stuns everyone by saying, "Don't worry, mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, you're moving too fast. Actually, I'm the real mother-in-law." They misunderstand Dang's true identity, thinking he has feelings for Xia. Dang can't explain his secret mission. Xia helps him escape the situation, letting him slip away. This encounter deepened Xia's respect for Dang. The next day, the PE teacher approached Guozhen. He told her that for her son's future, she must curry favor with sports bureau officials. He handed Guozhen a bank account number, demanding monthly payments. Failure to comply would end her son Xiyu's basketball career. During subsequent trainings, the teacher targeted Dang and Xiyu, barring them from practice, forcing them to clean instead. The teacher confronted Guozhen again. That night, the team bully spotted the teacher's car. He dismissed his companions, having recognized his father's figure. At the office doorway, he witnessed his father bribing the teacher. The teacher promised to make his son team captain. When the crucial game arrived, the spoiled starters performed poorly. The gap widened. The skilled players sat benched, watching their team collapse. The principal confronted the coach, berating him mercilessly. threatening termination if they lost, forced to substitute the stars in. Dang and Shiyu's entry turned the game around. Dang demonstrated leadership, using textbook perfect techniques. He dribbled past defense and scored, closing the point gap. Dang passed to Shiyu. Their synergy electrified the cheering crowd, especially screaming fans. During final moments, Dang's jump shot, arced perfectly through the hoop, sealed their victory. The win showcased their talents. Post-game, Duozhen gathered all players' parents. Gu's father warned, exposing the truth would get everyone penalized, and disqualify our children. Duozhen countered, we might not be perfect parents, but shouldn't shame our children. This echoed Gu's words, I'm ashamed of my dad. Duozhen revealed, Coach Choi runs illegal bar, we can expose him through it. Enraged man attacked Duozhen, but picked wrong target. Her martial arts skills left everyone stunned. Police arrived. With collective testimony, they arrested the coach. The principal acknowledged systemic corruption. With parental oversight, new PE teacher appointed. After their glorious victory, Gu planned to confess to Xia. Dang discovered this, and was asked for advice. Seeing Gu's confidence, Dang considered stopping him, but recalled Xia's words, I hate public singing confessions. So Dang told Gu, she loves grand musical gestures. This feels wrong. What's that? Xia loves public romantic singers. Gu staged musical confessions and succeeded. Next day at court, Dang overheard classmates asking Gu about date plans. Will they kiss? Seeing Gu's smugness, Dang panicked. He followed to stadium date, thinking crowded venue safe. Gu wouldn't dare misbehave. He turned to leave, but saw kissing billboard. Imagining their kiss, he rushed inside, planting himself beside Xia. Zhihao arrived with drinks. Seeing Zhihao, Dang is stunned. Xia, weren't you here with Gu to watch the game? After yesterday's confession, Xia secretly returned the flowers to Gu, to spare him embarrassment. Zhihao happened to witness this. Next day, Zhihao bought 2 baseball tickets, and invited Xia to the game. Seeing Xia rejected Gu's confession, Dang feels relieved. Meanwhile, Gu is heartbroken alone. Xia gets scalded in chemistry class. Dang rushes her to rinse the burn. Zhihao grows anxious seeing this. He goes to buy medicine for Xia. Dang arrives at the pharmacy too. Knowing Dang's buying for Xia, Zhihao tries to reach her first, but when he checks the classroom, Xia isn't there. He searches the playground, and sees Dang treating her wound. This reminds Xia of when her father used to tend her injuries. Witnessing this, Zhihao recalls Gu's question to Xia. Do you have someone you like? Xia nods silently. Zhihao assumes she likes Dang. Another female classmate witnessed this scene. She also thought Dang had feelings for Xia. A heavy rain suddenly poured that evening. Dang coincidentally met Duozhen. He insisted on walking Duozhen home, purposely tilting the umbrella towards her. A speeding car rushed through the road. Dang shielded Duozhen from the splash, holding her tightly in his arms. Duozhen felt her heart flutter for Dang. She insisted he change into dry clothes. He unexpectedly stripped off his shirt. Ms. Duozhen was stunned by his boldness. She awkwardly fled to her room. Jishuan, who secretly likes Duozhen, came with flowers, congratulating her trending TV program. Dang in shadows glared at Zhihao. Seeing Duozhen's delighted expression, Dang couldn't hold back anymore. Don't smile carelessly, it's misleading. He left with bitter jealousy. Duozhen was completely confused. That guy has feelings for you. Duozhen was shocked speechless. Meanwhile, classmates found Xia working at convenience store. Telling her confession to Dang failed, because his crush is actually Xia. Xia was utterly surprised. While watching drama together that night, mother and daughter got emotionally invested. Duozhen recalled Dang's gestures towards her. The mother dwelled on her ex-husband, while daughter worried about her father. Duozhen attended Curly's party that night. Noticing Dang's presence, she deliberately avoided him. Their cat-and-mouse chase. Duozhen accidentally fell into the pool. Dang and Jishuan witnessed this. Both jumped into the water, attempting heroic rescue, only to find waist-deep water. While changing clothes, Duozhen learned from daughter's friend. Dang actually likes Xia. Duozhen approached Dang, apologizing for her morning rudeness, thanking him for caring for the kids. Dang yearned to reveal the truth. Seeing Duozhen's alluring appearance, he finally gave in to temptation. He grasped her hand and kissed her. Witnessed by their homeroom teacher, they all turned around, frozen in shock. Panicked Duozhen pushed him away, slapping him across the face. After the party, Xia confessed she wants to quit school. Duozhen became furious. Having suffered without degree, she faced career difficulties, firmly opposed Xia's decision. Xia blamed their school mistake for her accidental birth. Accused parents' neglect. Dang watched heartbroken. Next day at school, Dang gave Xia a passbook, claiming it's from her father. Opening the passbook, parents documented her growth. Heartfelt notes beside deposits. Xia burst into tears. Xia called her father that night, expressing how much she missed him, asking when he'll visit. After hanging up, Xia cried bitterly. Dang was equally pained. He decided to reveal the truth, explaining his rejuvenation. Duozhen refused to believe, thought it was prank, warned him to stay away, demanded phone return. Next day, Duozhen recalled his words at work, searched rejuvenation methods online, only found scam ads, thought she was going mad for believing such nonsense. Duozhen collected repaired heels. Clerk said she's her fan. A student customer praised her, shared stories about her, hence becoming her fan. Duozhen remembered past incidents, noticed similarities with Dang, realized Gao Yuying is Hong Dang. School informed Dang next day. He and Shiyu made national team. Shiyu was overjoyed. Dang remained troubled. Shiyu called his father, begging him to attend match. Dang secretly answered. He didn't know how to explain. That night, Dang finds Duozhen, vowing to reverse the transformation at all costs. Duozhen asks about his basketball career dreams. Dang responds that she and their children mean more than any ambition. Hearing this, Duozhen feels responsible for crushing his dreams. He gave up basketball for their family years ago. Now with a second chance before him, he's choosing to walk away again. Dang returns to the transformation site, attempting to reverse the process, but the method fails. The next day, they cross paths on the street. Duozhen regrets reconnecting with him, believing she should let him live freely. Dang reveals that after transforming, basketball brought temporary joy, but compared to victories, their child's first steps meant more. Suddenly, Dang transforms back to his true age. They attend their son's basketball game. Shiyu tells teammates seeing his father, "It's Dad's first time watching me play. We need to win this for him." Through determined effort, they clinch victory at the buzzer. Dang embraces his son tearfully,